both void and invalid. Fourth, a declaration that for the purposes of impeachment of the President or Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, adequate public participation must be undertaken in all the 290 electoral constituencies in Kenya, the diaspora constituency, and the 1,450 electoral wards where the presidential election takes place. Fifth, he sought a declaration that the period of 12 days provided under Standing Orders number 64, sub-order 2 and 6 of the Standing Orders of the National Assembly is grossly insufficient time for the National Assembly to facilitate any meaningful and reasonable public participation during the process of impeachment of the President or Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya. Thus, the standing order is unconstitutional insofar as it has the effect of abridging the time for public participation. 6, he sought a declaration that the proceedings before whole house plenary of the Senate of Kenya under Article 145 of the Constitution of Kenya are not limited or time-bound to 10 days, as would be if a special committee is appointed under Article 145, sub-Article 4A. He also sought in seventh prayer a declaration that the petitioner's right to fair administrative action under Article 47, right to fair hearing under Article 50, sub-Article 1 of the Constitution were violated on account of the petitioner being denied an adjournment occasioned by illness, thus violating his right to appear in person before the Senate of Kenya to be heard and present his case. He also sought a declaration that the National Assembly and the Senate, in their evaluation of the impeachment proceedings before them, failed to properly assess each of the specified grounds and determine if they collectively or individually constitute a gross violation of the Constitution, warranting voting to uphold the impeachment charges against the petitioner. Hence, the resolution of 8th of October 2024 in the National Assembly and the vote upholding the impeachment charges that of the Senate passed on 17th of October 2024 do not meet the threshold for impeachment set out under Article 150 as read with Article 145 of the Constitution. Hence, the same be and are hereby set aside. An order of certiorari to remove into this Honorable Court and quash the decision and or resolution of the National Assembly and the Senate made on 8th of October 2024 and 17th of October 2024 respectively, resolving to remove from office by impeachment His Excellency Gachagua, EGH, Deputy President, Republic of Kenya. At the ninth prayer, the petitioner sought an order of certiorari to bring up into this court to be quashed the resolution of the Senate of Kenya made on 17th of October 2024 to remove from office by impeachment His Excellency Gachagua, EGH, Deputy President, Republic of Kenya, on the grounds expressed in Gazette Notice number 13/400. He also sought at prayer number 11 a declaration does issue that the IEBC could not clear Kithure Kindiki without the involvement or approval of commissioners under Article 88 and Article 250, sub-Article 1 of the Constitution as read with Section 4 and Section 11A of the IEBC Act. The purported clearance was therefore null and void. Further, the overnight clearance violated Article 10 of the Constitution on openness and transparency. At prayer number 12, His Excellency sought a declaration does issue that Kithure Kindiki is disqualified under Article 10 and 72 of the Constitution due to unresolved concerns from his tenure as Cabinet Secretary for the Interior and National Administration, during which Kenya endured gross violation of human rights. He also sought a declaration does issue that the National Assembly violated Articles 124 sub-Article 4 and Article 149 sub-Article 1, Section 6 of the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act, Cap 7F, and Standing Order 45 in the method it adopted to approve Kithure Kindiki's nomination as Deputy President. He also sought a declaration that Kithure Kindiki was illegally appointed and procedurally cleared and unlawfully approved as nominee for Deputy President in violation of Articles 1, Article 10, Article 8, Article 118, Article 124, Article 137, Article 148, Article 149, and Article 250 of the Constitution, so that his appointment, clearance, and approval for that position is null and void. At prayer 15, he sought a declaration that the petitioner suffered harm and is therefore entitled to constitutional damages as compensation for the violations against him in terms of general damages, punitive and aggravated damages, security to be specified at the hearing, special damages under Gazette Notice number 10346 of 2023 for loss of 1, salary, 2, official transport and other prevailing transport policy for 35 months, medical cover and benefits detailed to be supplied, airtime, gratuity, and annual salary for 5 years. He calculated those sums and gave the figures. At prayer number 16, His Excellency sought pension and other benefits under the Retired Benefits Deputy President and Designated State Officers Act, Chapter 197B of the Laws of Kenya, being a monthly pension equal to 80% of the first petitioner's last monthly salary while in office. 2, a lump sum payment on retirement calculated as a sum equal to 1 year's salary paid for each term served in office. 3, 2 saloon vehicles of an engine capacity not exceeding 2,000 cc, which shall be replaceable once every 4 years. 4, 1 4-wheel drive vehicle of an engine capacity not exceeding 3,000 cc, which shall be replaceable once every 4 years. 5, a fuel allowance equal to 15% of the current monthly salary of the office holder. 6, full medical and hospital cover, providing for local and overseas treatment with a reputable insurance company for the first petitioner, the first petitioner's spouse, and the first petitioner's child who is below 18 years or is under 25 years of age and is undergoing a course of full-time education, and in the case of a female child, is not married or is not cohabiting with any person. 7, 2 drivers. 8, 1 personal assistant. 9, 1 accountant. 10, 1 secretary. 11, 2 housekeepers. 12, 2 senior support staff. 13, 2 cooks. 14, 2 gardeners. 15, 2 cleaners. 16, armed security guards, who shall be provided on the request of the first petitioner. 17, diplomatic passport for the first petitioner and his spouse. And 18, office and office equipment. 19, maintenance expense for the vehicles provided. 20, access to the VIP